Hello, and this is welcome everybody to another MyMaths walkthrough. This is 270, area of a circle. It's from MyMaths, obviously. It's MyMaths walkthrough, obviously. Right, I'm rambling now. Okay, here we go. We've got area of a circle. The only thing I have to remember about is pi r squared, which is just pi times radius. Radius being halfway across the circle. So that's the formula I'm going to use throughout this thing. I'm going to give answers to one decimal place, and I'm going to use the calculator. Here we go. So the first picture I've got is like this. It's got a 5 here, 5 centimeters, and then I've got to work out the area of this circle. So all I've got to do is area is pi times 5 times 5. Grab hold of my calculator, go for the pi button, which is at the bottom of the calculator, shift pi times 5 times 5, and I get the answer. Press SD because it gives me it in terms of pi, and I've got 78.53, and that just runs off forever. The reason I write 2 decimal places is because it wants 1 decimal place, and I've got to look at this second one here to decide where to round. So the 3 is lower than 5, so that's just going to leave it the same. 78.5 is my first answer. Next question, I've got a circle again, and I've got 3.7 this time. So the area is just pi times 3.7 times 3.7. So no big deal, I'm not worried about these numbers. Take the calculator, do the calculation, shift, and then the times 10 to the X button, times 3.7 times 3.7. The answer this time is 43.00, 43.00, that runs off forever. This clearly is less than 5, so it's not going to affect this number, so I'm just going to be left with 43.0, and I am in fact going to put the 0.0 in because it's asked me to give it a 1 decimal place, so that is the 1 decimal place indicated. Next question I've got is a circle, and it's got all the way across this time, and it says 14. Now remember, for the area you want the radius, which is halfway across, so I don't want the 14, I actually only want 7. So I've got pi times 7 times 7. I have a circle. Take the calculator, shift pi times 7 times 7, and the SD button, 153.93, 153.93, and that will go on. This is less than 5 still, so I'm left with 153.9 to 1 decimal place. The last question on this page is 12.6 all the way across. 12.6, so the diameter is 12.6. I know it halfway across, so half of 12.6 is 6.3. Pi times 6.3 times 6.3 equals, get the calculator, hit your buttons, pi times 6.3 times 6.3. That's going to give me, press SD, 124.68, and then that goes on. This time is bigger than 5 or more rounds up, so that's going to change that to a 7, 124.7. And that's my first page on the task completed. Next questions on the second page. So now I've got to jump over here. Let's get a new page so we can actually see the page again. There it is. So the first question I've got is this quarter circle. So I've got a quadrant, if you want. There you go, quarter circle. It's got 5 here. The thing about a quarter circle is this is the centre of the circle, so if you imagine the circle going all the way around, you can actually see that this 5 is actually the radius of your circle. So the area is then pi times 5 times 5, that will be for the full circle if it was a radius of 5, which it is, but I only want a quarter of that, so all I'll do then is just divide that by 4. Take the calculator, shift pi times 5 times 5, just divide that by 4, press equals, press your SD button, and you get your 19.63. 0.63, dot dot dot, because it goes off forever. This 3 is less than 5, so 19.6 is where that one stays. Second question I have is a half circle like this, where it says this is 10. Now you've got to imagine this is a full circle, so you imagine a full circle. The radius would be half of that 10, so that's 5 again. So I've got pi times 5 times 5, same as before, but this time I want half the circle, not a quarter, so I'm just going to divide this by 2 this time. Calculator, shift pi times 5 times 5, divided by 2, and that equals 39.26, equals 39.26, and then that just runs on. The 6 is bigger than 5, so 5 more rounds up, so that means that number is going to be 39.3. Okay. That was round to 1 decimal place. The last question I've got is a compound shape. So I've got this rectangle thing going on, a rectangle here. I've got a semicircle on the roof, and then I've got the rectangle there. I've got 18.8, and I've got 17 going up the side of here, and I've got a dotted line going across. The thing about the rectangle is you can work out the area of the rectangle just by getting your calculator and do 17 times 18.8. So that one must be 319.6. So I've got 319.6, and it's really useful to have a sketch so you can write things down and then forget about it. And then I've got to work out this semicircle. Now the semicircle, half a circle, it's going to have the same width across here as the down the bottom here. So this is 18.8 across, 18.8 going all the way across. But remember, you only want halfway across, so that's 9.4. You just use your calculator for that if you wanted. So the area of this semicircle is going to be pi times 9.4 times 9.4, but it's only half of a circle, that's a full circle, so I divide that by 2. So let's have a look at that one. Shift pi times 9.4 times 9.4, and then I'll divide that by 2, and I've got 138.79, and that's just going to run off forever. So this thing, so what I'll do now is I'm not going to round yet, because I know I've got to get that one and I've got to add this on for the total area. So the total is the answer from there, so that answer there, plus this 319.6. So all I'm going to do on my calculator now is I'm going to go this answer button here, so answer, so the last answer I had, plus 319.6, and I've got this answer now, the total answer is 458.39. That runs off forever. Now I round, so whenever I can, I always try to round at the end of a question. So rounding now, so the 9 is bigger than 5, so we've got 458.4 as a final answer for the question. And that's the MyMaths walkthrough for area. Pi times radius, the radius being halfway across. That's it. Good luck.